At the celebration banquet, a group of well-dressed women surrounded me, all praising how far-sighted I was for locking down Mr. Sean back in high school. In this tight social circle of privilege and influence, everyone knew that Mr. Sean only ever loved Miss Claire. They said I was finally about to make it, about to become Mrs. Sean. One woman leaned in with a hint of mock concern and said, "Claire, you should ask for more shares while Sean still loves you. Otherwise, when you lose both the man and the money, you'll be the one left crying." The moment those words dropped, the whole room fell silent. No one dared to speak. I curled my fingers slightly, my palm tightening as I stared at the woman who had just spoken. Mrs. Grace. Everyone in the circle knew her story. She and Mason grew up together, childhood sweethearts who married right after college. But not even 6 months into their marriage, Mason's cheating scandals were already making the rounds. Their decade-long love story had turned into a laughingstock. She had cried, she had fought, she had begged. At first, Mason tried to behave for a while, but when he got bored and tired, he stopped pretending altogether and never bothered sparing her a shred of dignity again. Mrs. Grace's gaze fell mockingly on a particular spot. I followed her line of sight. There stood Sean Yanzo, tall and poised like a crane among the crowd, holding a wine glass and calmly listening to the woman beside him. I couldn't hear what she was saying, but Sean gave a faint, silent smile, and his expression softened noticeably. I recognized that woman immediately, his secretary of 3 years, Rachel. She wore a simple, flowing white dress and stood elegantly at Sean's side. They weren't being overtly affectionate, but just standing there. They looked like a couple deeply in love, completely in sync, as if no one else could possibly fit between them. If I weren't Sean's girlfriend, I might have admired the scene too. Such a golden couple, flawless together. Rachel noticed me watching her. Her eyes filled with disdain, and she curled her lips into a smirk before turning away to continue talking to Sean. Sean glanced over Rachel's shoulder and looked at me, his gaze blank and unmoved, as though I were nothing more than a stranger. That one look made everything painfully clear. He didn't love me anymore. I decided that after the banquet, I would break up with Sean Yanzo. After I came out of the restroom, the guests had already started leaving, and the hall was nearly empty. But Sean was nowhere to be seen. I called his phone, no answer. I texted him. It showed unread. Then I remembered the conversation I had overheard in the restroom. Sean and his girlfriend? Not officially broken up yet, but I think it's just a matter of time, someone had said. Didn't you hear Rachel? She told him it was too late to go home alone and that she was scared, and Sean immediately offered to take her home. It was already 11:30 p.m. The streets were empty and quiet. I let out a bitter laugh, flagged down a taxi, and went home. The apartment was pitch dark and eerily quiet. He hadn't come back. A wave of exhaustion washed over me, sudden and all-consuming. I stumbled into the living room and dropped onto the couch, falling into a deep sleep. Somewhere in that blurry haze, I saw the 18-year-old version of Sean, slumped over a desk near the classroom window, asleep.